Luigi's Mansion walkthrough. This is floor 15, the Master Suite. And if you notice, it is the final floor. No, there's not going to be any kind of cat shenanigans. We're not going to have to go chase another toad down, but we just have to rescue the final painting, the final two paintings, I guess. There's Mario and Peach. Those are the only two left. So we'll get Mario released, spoiler alert, by the end of this floor. And then the next video will be the final boss. So we're nearing the end of the game. And this game really isn't actually too long. I mean, it has a lot of gameplay to it, but it's not actually the longest game that's ever out there. It's tons of fun. I love this game. But I think we're on part, like, maybe 20 or so by now. And it really just, you know, that's a lot shorter than a lot of my walkthroughs will go for. So this is Helen Gravely. Finally get to see her somewhat face to face. And she's going to be a little bit unhappy to see us dusting herself with her powder and all that fun stuff. And then she's going to monologue to us for a little bit.
Mario.
And after a pretty lengthy taunting, we are told we now have to hunt down and defeat the hotel owner. So there's a lot to this floor. Oh my goodness, what the heck was I trying to say there? There's a lot to this floor. There are a lot of collectibles, and there's somewhat challenging, at least compared to the other floors, they're somewhat challenging to get a hold of. And there's also just a lot we have to do here to get to her. So we'll see more about that as time goes on. First, we can come into this room on the right side, and we're going to just come in here with Luigi, and then we can destroy all of those nice golden bugs. And once we go into the pipe up here, there's going to be a chain. So we'll just pull the chain over. And that's not going to be enough. We're going to have to drop down here. And that will pull the screen up so we can actually go into the door behind the giant screen there. So once we go through the doorway, we will be met with this hallway. And the hallway, if you notice in the mini-map, is going to have 4 rooms. And they're going to be in the different corners of the hallway. Some of the doors will be missing, so we're just going to come to this bottom right room first. And we're going to reveal the door, then step inside. And we're going to have to complete 4 different puzzles, 4 different events inside of these 4 rooms, so we can get 4 keys that'll go in the tongue of King Boo at the other end of the hallway. And this first room is a little bit finicky at first. We can try to throw this globe around, but that's not really going to do us much good though. We can come over here to the left side and hit the windmill propeller thing, and we'll notice the key that we need to grab. But we can't really do that yet. If we try to walk down here to the chest, then you'll see there's these invisible lasers, and the only way to really reveal them is to jump. And Luigi cannot go through them. It will kill them if he does, as I show right there. So we have to figure out ways to get rid of these lasers. And we're just going to keep pulling this window open. There's a gem there. If you see that moon, that is one of the gems that we can get later on. I'll have a separate video for that, of course. So we'll just keep moving this platform around. And there's the button we need to pull down, but we need to actually be on the other side. So I kind of messed that up. We can start pushing the propeller to move it the other way, but we're just gonna get this to the flat part where I can pop Luigi out, and then we're gonna move him near the fire but not into the fire, and then we can push the propeller the opposite direction, and that should move the platform the direction we need it to go. So there's the switch. We'll just pull that down. We'll just pull that down. There we go. And that will turn off all the lasers. So we can go grab that chest if we want to. I think we can walk behind it. We can pull that sheet off, and there's not really a whole lot that happens there. I think we can walk behind this. Yes, we can there. Okay, we'll just walk behind that little block and then open up the chest. Just really get a whole lot of nothing out of that. And then we're just going to go back to the windmill and pull that whatever direction we want. I think we have to go 1/2 rotation to get to the key, so it doesn't really matter now. We'll just go to the flat part and then keep going. There's the key. The lasers are down, and now we can grab it. Key number 1 is ours. I guess that's technically key number 2, but who cares? So we'll head on outside, and I think we'll have to fight some ghosts. Yes, all this sand was not here before, and that's pretty much how the floor is going to go. When we finish a room, we're going to head outside, and there's going to be some kind of other hazard we have to deal with. So we're going to have more of these mummy ghosts that we have not seen since Tomb Suites. But we deal with them the same way. You knock them over by jumping, and then pull the knot off so you get rid of all their wrappings, and then try to correctly aim the stupid flashlight so you can suck up the puny ghost inside. And that's not going to be the only ghosts we have to deal with, because the gates are still up. There's also going to be those stupid snakes that I hate. So once we come over here and suck up more of the sand, there will be another mummy. This guy I managed to get early enough that he didn't have a chance to stand up. So we'll just take him out too. And there will be a third mummy in the back there. That guy will manage to get up, so just knock him over and defeat him the exact same way. Of course, he's going to be one of the more annoying ghosts, so he's going to somehow get away from me, and I'm just going to have to wait for him to come and scare me again. Or I'll just hunt him down, no big deal. Try to get him underneath 100 health. Yep, we are good to go. And now we can head on over to another room. So it doesn't matter which order you complete these rooms in, just pick one. And yet again, we're going to see this door ghost for like the 3rd time, so we already know how to deal with him. Just send Luigi out, stun him, and start sucking up a tongue, and then do the same thing with the other tongue. And then head on inside of the doorway. Okay, now what door do we have here? Yes, this is a pretty interesting room. It's a cool little library. So we see the key is right there in the center, but there's little kind of dimples or something, I don't know what to call them, that let you kind of indicate to you that there's lasers protecting the key. And if we jump, we can see there are, in fact, lasers everywhere, kind of like now we're in Mission Impossible. So if you touch the lasers, they hurt you and they send you back, so you just gotta make sure that doesn't happen, as we see right there. This one's got a cool, like, kaleidoscope pattern. We'll just walk through the middle and then try to get a plunger on the button and then yank it down. That should turn all the lasers off. And now we're gonna get access to the left and right sides down here. So that'll also reveal the key upstairs. The locations on the left and right side are just collectibles or gold. I don't think I go into any of them now. Nope. And I even ignore that golden spider, because who cares at this point. I'm not really going for maximum A+ mode, although I guess I should have tried. This is supposed to be a 100% walkthrough, so maybe I should have done that, but whatever. The little reward that you get at the end of the game doesn't really count as a 100% anyway. And then when we grab the key, we can head on outside of the second room, and we can be done with that. So we'll head on north here, and try to find this doorway. This one's also missing, so we'll just reveal that with the black light. No ghosts to deal with just yet, so the game's being kind of nice to us. And then there's going to be a nice big bed here. There's going to be a whole lot of lasers, and we have to figure out how to deal with those too. You notice that suitcase does look like it can be opened up, so I think if we jump next to it, or we're going to have to stick a plunger on the side and pull the plunger open. The plunger isn't sticking to it, so I guess none of those things yet, or I'm just missing the plunger really bad. Sometimes it's hard to tell. But anyway, we can walk on over to the right side here and throw a plunger on the mannequin. So that's what I meant to do. I think we get the suitcase later. But anyway, we'll worry about that when we're done with the level. So once the floor flips around, we're going to have kind of this balancing act we have to deal with. And there's also lasers we have to deal with. So if you step on one side of this giant platform, it'll sink to the left or the right, and then it'll go up. And it's kind of odd. Like, I might make it look like it's no big deal, but when you're playing this for yourself, this is very touchy. It's very easy to fall off. That's why I'm going very barely to the left and the right. I'm not going very far because it's very easy to fall off and fall down. And if you fall down, you'll have to respawn and do it all over again. So we also want to make sure that we get that platform higher than the platform that the the switch is on. And as you see there, I fell down to get back on top of it, and I couldn't make it to the left in time before I slid off. That's how this platform works. But anyway, whatever platform we're aiming for, we want to make sure that this balancing platform is higher, so we kind of drop onto the back platform there, the back cupboards, or whatever you want to call them. Just because if you're too low, you're not going to be able to fit inside. And if you want to get that gem, you're just going to switch to Luigi, and you're going to go all the way up with him and use him to fit through the gate up there, because that's how you get through gates in this game. But anyway, we managed to get the key, and we'll just immediately leave that room. I hate that room. And as we walk on over to the right side to attempt to get to the final room, we're going to have a whole lot of ghosts block us off, and there's going to be just a pretty big army of them behind us. So this is, I think, the most amount of ghosts we're going to have to defeat in one try. And it might look a little daunting, but it's not really a big deal. It can be a little annoying because a lot of them have weapons, but you really only need to get one ghost sucked up, and that's pretty much all you have to use to make the rest of them a lot easier to deal with. So the ones that have glasses, obviously you're not going to be able to stun. You're going to have to get rid of the glasses first. Finally, I got some of the ghosts sucked up, and now it's just kind of a snowball effect. You know, you hit one of them, you can hit more than one, and I think I'm sucking up 3 of them right there. Finally got some of them that I can throw around, and the rest of them are going to be pretty weak. So it's really not too big of a deal. It might look a little more challenging than it really is, and I was still kind of hoping that, especially the final level of this game, would kind of torture me a little bit, but well, not really. I don't really think there was a whole lot in this game that was super hard, except for some of the puzzles, of course, but that's fine. I mean, not every game needs to be the hardest game on the planet, you know? Anyway, one more ghost. He has a broom that I chucked out of his hand. We'll throw him around, and all the gates will finally reveal, or they'll finally go away. And now we need to get into this doorway. So I think this one is also missing. So that's like 3 of the doors to the rooms here are all gone. We'll pull those ones back, and then we can walk inside. So this is like a fancy bathroom. And we still can't see any of the lasers, but there's the key that we need. When we jump, we're going to see some of them. These lasers are actually going to be moving on the floor. So now we're going to have to jump over them. My health is getting pretty low, so hopefully I can do this just fine. And you get more time than you think you do to jump over these things, so don't really try to rush it. Just wait for the little laser thing to start moving and then jump over. Right there, I still jumped too early. That's okay. And then here we can turn off the water. That'll stop the electricity from electrocuting us when we try to come down here. And there's just going to be some gold, and there's also a gem to our left. You see the blue shadow jumping up and down. Also lots of hearts, so that's nice. And I'm just going to try to get that heart. Depth perception was defeating me there. And I'll get that one. Now we're at full health. So if you want that gem, you can just head on down there. And then we're going to have to deal with these lasers. So I think I probably take some damage here, but we're going to wait for these to start moving. Walk to the left and then jump. Walk back to the left, wait for that one to start moving, and then jump, and then we should be okay. Yep, no damage, cool. So then we will pull the button down to disable that other wall of lasers. And then we can get the final key. Also, be sure, I don't think you can really get out otherwise, but just be sure to suck up those towels in front of that door so you can leave the shorter way and not have to go back around. Anyway, we'll still need to spray air, or I guess push air, onto the faucet there to fill up the tub, and that'll pop the key out of the Boo floaty, and then we can open up this doorway and head outside. Oh man, I've been talking way too much today. Okay, so we're gonna head into the doorway with the giant Boo now. So we're still gonna have to deal with a wave of ghosts. And this might actually be the most amount of ghosts we've had to deal with, but I don't really think the little ones count because they die in one hit. So it's probably the most number, but not really the most deadly ghosts we're gonna have to deal with. We're gonna have waves of these little guys coming after us, among others, of course. And if you just kind of charge up your flashlight and then aim with the analog stick, you should be able to hit them no big deal. And sometimes these bigger ghosts are going to spawn and we'll just try to suck them up and destroy all the others with them. And in the meantime, you're going to have lasers on the floor coming back and forth to you. So you might have to drop a ghost so you can drop the laser, or so you can dodge the laser. And that's just something you're going to have to deal with here. But I think it pretty periodically it'll come on this floor that I'm staying on right now, and it'll go down that center hallway. I try to stick mostly to this floor on top, to this hallway that's near the top of this screen right now. So I'm not really going down the center hallway, but I think I might have to if I can't find any ghosts. So we'll see. We'll go back and forth. I'm still trying to wait for that brawler. There he is. Wait for that laser to pass, and didn't make it, whatever. Brawler's gonna do some damage to me, whatever, I'll get my payback. We'll defeat him, and he looks like he might be the last ghost, but there might be another wave, we'll see. Nope, that was it. Okay, so fun challenge, kind of cool top-down view, made it feel like a twin-stick shooter for a little bit. Thank goodness we're done with that. Then we'll run on over to Boo and throw all of the keys into his tongue.
Yeah. Oh. Here. Yeah. Aha. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh ho. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Aha. Aha. Hello?
Sätze, washibom derde kokaten, skånesh. Ko, nostan, noslulu. No sign ho. Tonetov. Se, du.
Wow!
Sequash cutscene. Kano Soke Remotara Big. Big Rubber. Source Takim. He's thoughts meant loan to him. Visca Luigi de Mecchio.
Now we finally get to defeat the hotel owner, who has been a major cause of a lot of our problems throughout this game, and I don't really do this boss fight super elegantly, but we do get her killed, so it's fine. The point is that the same moves are going to happen to you, and you'll have seen it before, so you'll have an easier time than I'm showing you. Okay, so there's going to be a big laser beam in the middle that'll go in circles that we'll have to dodge, and then there's going to be these multicolored laser walls. And we need to go into the sewer gratings below the floor here. And we need to try to disable these laser walls so we can actually get to Helen. The thing is, if she's in your same little quadrant, you can stun her and then start sucking her up, no big deal. But when she's tugging you around when you're trying to get her into your vacuum, then you might get hit into one of these walls. And that's why we want to try to disable these walls before we really end up dealing with her. She also has a mirror that will reflect most of the lights that we're going to be, or most of our flashes. So finally the stupid lasers moved where I can get down here again. And we are going to have to deal with a little bit of a maze down here. There's going to be some rooms that we can get past somewhat easily and some that we can't. We're going to have to use most of those gratings that we see down there. There's going to be some walls that are going to just move in a certain direction. And from time to time, the hotel owner might throw water down there, so it's going to be a little bit hard to... It's going to be a little bit hard sometimes to deal with that if you're in the wrong spot. I also was inefficiently kind of trying to defeat her there because if you notice there's pipes on the 4 sides of the room here, and those pipes are actually going to be what you should be using to get below ground. But it's okay because sometimes she'll go back to the television and she'll attack you with a laser or two. But most of those laser walls that we are trying to get rid of won't be there anymore. And I'd say for the most part you're probably okay with getting rid of like 3 of the laser walls, and even 2 right now wouldn't be too bad if I wasn't inside of the only 2 that are up. And once 3 are gone, then that's usually an okay number to try to go attack her. If you really want to, you can spend the time trying to get rid of all of them, but I think I'm going to try to go after her. Or maybe I do go for all of them now. What's the other thing I wanted to mention? Oh, right, you're going to have to be pretty vigilant on your positioning for both Luigi and Luigi, because she's obviously going to try to attack Luigi this whole time. And you're going to have to constantly swap between the 2 so Luigi doesn't get hit by her or the laser walls or whatever else is going to get thrown at us. So once all the lasers are gone, she will attack us, or if we just taunt her, she'll start attacking us. And just like the other bosses, she'll throw her weapon into the ground, and it will somehow get stuck. I don't know how the heck the mirror is that strong. Once that happens, we can finally stun her, and she has 600 health, so this is just going to take a little while. We can do 100 damage of smack damage, and I think I got her down, yeah, just below 400. So and probably the least amount of times we're going to be able to attack her will be about 3 or so. And then she's going to go back into the television and largely repeat her attacks, but they're going to get a little bit more intense. So this one's going to be a big laser wall, and that's... Okay, not yet. We're going to have a bigger laser wall with this thing. Yeah, these lasers... Yeah, there we go, right there. These lasers are going to get way more annoying, and for the laser wall, you just have to sort of follow it around. Kind of be careful there. And let's see what this one wants to do. It'll be another laser wall, and it's going the other direction. If you also notice, there's lights on the walls that you can flash with the flashlights. They'll periodically return into the flashing state, which means that you'll be able to flash those and get some parts out of them. And if you try to sort of preemptively come down here to pull the buttons open with Luigi, then she will flood the lower locations with water and kind of ruin your day there. So if I was a little bit quicker, I probably could have easily gotten this button, but that's okay. We got it in the end, and we'll just pull that one down, and I'm going to make sure that Luigi's not really in the way. I don't think I'm... Yeah, there we go. I am paying attention to him now, so let's see. There she goes down, and I decide to flash her there. I think half the arena being opened enough for me. And then I just decide to start throwing her around. So, like I said before, you can spend the time and turn off all of those laser walls from that center pillar if you really want to, or you can just wait for her to attack you up top and then try to deal with her from there. I think most of these laser walls will stay shut off, but maybe since I did a pretty major attack on her, they might all come back, so I guess we'll see. And then I'm having kind of bad luck there. I'm really close to dying. I think I might actually die in this boss fight. We'll find out soon enough. But I have a bone, so I'm okay. Just sort of my sloppy gameplay is the reason for that. And that light up there came up, so it does look like... Anyway, I'll try to finish my sentence. That light on the left side came up and gave us a heart, so I'm okay for now. And then it does in fact look like all the walls are going to come back. But I shut one of the lasers off, and I think, yep, again, I'm going to try to take her out. So just the concern if you leave laser walls up is that that'll happen. You'll get pulled into one of them, but that's not really too big of a deal, I think, because it just sort of gives me another chance to attack her again and turn off more laser walls. So maybe it's not a bad thing to take damage with that. The laser walls are going to start turning directions now, so just keep that in mind. And I don't really know how that one didn't get shut off. I think I decided to go pull it, and then I think I'm going to go attack her. But nope, not yet. I'm going to turn off a few more walls before I attack her. And we'll just come on down here with Luigi, come on over here through the gate, and open, or turn that one off, okay? And then she's gonna head on back into the television. I think now the laser walls will stay turned off because we didn't really do a whole lot of damage to her. And we'll try to jump that laser. This will be another single one, so we'll just try to get in front of it and try to jump it, no big deal. And this one's gonna be a big laser wall, so we'll just follow this around the center pretty closely. Also no big deal, really. And now we find out. The laser wall's still up. Nope, they are gone. So Luigi's about to lose all of his life. I think I tried to get out of there in time to get the other wall down, but whatever. She did turn another one back on, and she's gonna whack me, so I don't really know what the heck I'm really trying to do here. And yeah, now she's on the other side, so I think I'm just gonna wait for her to attack me again. Yep. Right there. Flash her, try to take out most of her health. If I'm lucky, I can defeat her now, but I don't know how lucky I get. Actually, I might be able to get it. Under 100, there we go. I think I got it. Okay, I think I got lucky. She didn't pull me into the laser. And that's it. The hotel owner is defeated. So that is it for this video, but not for the floor. We still have one final boss to defeat. That'll be the next video, and will be the third to last video that I upload about Luigi's Mansion 3. So I'll see you then.
Yeah.
Yeah! Whoa! Oh? Ha! Oh! Oh yeah! Yeah! Way to
Mario!
go, Luigi!
Hey!
Oh!
Oh, yeah! Huh? Oh. Come on, this way.
This way.
Huh?
Oh, let's go.
Huh?
Come on! Ha! Oh yeah!
Ha ha! Come on. Mario? Oh, okay.